Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So I'm back. Not that I ever actually left, but you know, I just felt that I really wanted to kind of sit down, get ready, maybe have a small chit chat as I'm doing it. So that's all we're doing, honestly. That's the whole plan. And hopefully this time it's not going to be like a super long video either, because I am on a bit of a time crunch. So yeah, I better get cracking. But yeah, let's get started. So well, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to prep the eyes and then start working on the eyes. I haven't done a makeup video in such a long time. It's actually it feels strange. It feels strange, even though I've only had my new channel for a very short time. I'm already kind of so used to this other setup that I'm using and the other format of the kind of videos that I'm doing. It's yeah, it's strange. It's strange how you can get used to things so quickly. Anyway, all the products that I'm using will be listed in the description box as well, but at the moment I'm using my trusty NYX Dark Circle Concealer. Was it? Yeah. Oh my god, I actually remembered the name. It would also be a good idea probably to use some kind of eye primer. Yeah, okay. I'm not going to make it too difficult. I'm just going to go with the Eyeshadow Primer Potion by Urban Decay. I'm pretty much out of it, to be honest. Don't really have that much left, but it's okay. So how have you guys been? I mean, first of all, thank you so much to all of you who decided to join me on my new channel. It really means so much to me, and it was so cute. Like reading your comments, it was really sweet to read all of your comments where you kind of left me what signs you were and that you were super excited about it and that you would like to know more about astrology and all that. And it was really so cute. It really brightened up my spirits, because honestly it was so scary. I mean, I'm sure you can relate. Like anytime you do something new, something kind of quote unquote out of the box, just something that's kind of something that people wouldn't expect from you, something that's kind of completely out of the blue, as this was. Well, for you at least, because I haven't talked about it at all. It's so scary. It's scary because you never know how people are going to react. I kind of already knew that a lot of people were going to, well, not a lot of people, but I knew that some people were going to unsubscribe from my makeup channel and just kind of go because they weren't really interested, and that was okay. I kind of knew. I knew that was going to happen. But honestly, the fact that so many of you, well, not so many of you, like out of the whole number of subscribers that I have, not really that many, but a lot of you like showed me such encouragement, and you said how happy you were for me, and it was really sweet. Anyway, I'm going to dip into my Anastasia Soft Glam, because for some reason I really wanted to dig this one out. So yeah, I'm going to start with the shade, I think I'm going to start with Burnt Orange actually, to start with that one. Yeah, I was positively surprised, honestly. I was really positively surprised. And at times I still think to myself, like, why do that to yourself, you know? Why go back to square one and start it all over again, like counting the subscribers? Oh yay, I have 10 subscribers. Oh yay, I have 20 subscribers. You know, it's like kind of it's really frustrating at the beginning, because you're really putting your heart into something, you're really doing something from such a genuine place, and you're putting so much effort into something, and then it just doesn't go the way that you want it to go, like straight off the bat. We want that, like, immediate gratification, and obviously things don't go that way, at least for the majority of us. Of course, there are people who get very lucky, or who just know exactly the right things to do at exactly the right time, so that they kind of they just, you know, strike gold from the get-go, and they grow really, really rapidly, and it's like they just, the channel like blows up, and it's all very, very, very quick. But I think for the most of us, for the majority of the people who actually create content on YouTube, it's not really that way. It's not that way at all. It's kind of a long and laborious process. Let's see, what do I want to use? I think I'm gonna go in with Sienna. So anyway, yeah, that's me. That's all I really wanted to say. That as daunting as it was to do what I did, and to actually like quote unquote come out of the closet in that sense of like what I've been doing and what I've kind of discovered for myself in the past year. Yeah, it was also really liberating. It was also very, very liberating, and it just felt so good to kind of put it out there, and yeah, just do what I want to do, and kind of not feel bad about it. By the way, if you're wondering whether I know what I'm doing and what this look is going to be like, then the answer is no. I have no clue. I think, well, I just know that I wanted something kind of smoky, something with these more reddish, deep brown, like I don't know whether mahogany is like the right word, but yeah, I wanted to do something kind of more smoky, something a bit darker for a change, at least, because I haven't really been wearing too much makeup lately. I would be surprised if I haven't lost my touch. But anyway, I'm sorry, I kind of just completely went off track with my new channel thing because I'm so immersed in it right now. But yeah, what has been going on with you? What have you been up to? How are you doing with everything that's going on, especially if you are in the States? It's probably like really crazy. I mean, I'm not actually, I have to admit, I'm not in the loop with like the latest details. The last thing that I know and the last thing that I heard was that there are just like so many cases still like going on in the States, and people are still on like lockdown in a lot of places, and it's just, you know, that it's crazy. Thankfully, seriously, thankfully, things have calmed down, like, and after like the first breakout that we had, when we were on kind of lockdown as well for like a couple of months, that has kind of passed, and it hasn't thankfully returned, and I'm really, really hoping that it's going to stay that way. But people are talking about like the second wave or something like that, and I know that in like a lot of places in Europe it's already kind of picking up again and getting a bit out of hand. But yeah, so just let me know how you are. Let me know how you guys are doing. Okay, I'm also going to take the shade Mulberry, which is like one of my favorite shades in this palette. It's gorgeous. It is absolutely gorgeous. As you can see, this isn't really a proper tutorial or anything like that. I'm just doing something and trying to let you know what I'm doing. I'm going to take some more of the shade Burnt Orange that we used initially, and I'm using that to blend over the harsh edges. Okay, so there we are. I'm now going to move on to the face, as I normally do. I'm going to... Ugh, that just slid out of my hand. Okay, hang on a sec. I'm going to try and mix these two things together. The Milk, what was it called? Matte foundation, Blur Liquid Matte Foundation, is actually super dark for me, but I did use some self-tan yesterday. So yeah, I'm not as kind of pale as I was the last time you saw me in the video. But because this is, I feel like it's still probably a tad too dark, I'm going to mix it with the L'Oreal Infallible Fresh Wear 24 hour blah 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 in the shade Vanilla, and this was in the shade Golden Light. So yeah, I'm going to mix those and pray that this mix is going to match. So let me think whether there's anything else that has been happening in the meantime. Well, we were kind of planning on taking a trip in autumn. We really wanted to go to Poland to visit my dear friend Claudia, who I haven't seen since we graduated university, which was a couple of years ago. Well, I don't want to feel old, so I'm not going to say how many years ago, but yeah, it was several years ago, and so I haven't seen her since then. And so I was thinking of going to Poland to visit her, but then we would go on to Munich. That was the plan, at least. That was the plan, but now, since it seems that the pandemic is kind of going out of control again, we might not be able to do that. So yeah, we'll have to see. Hopefully things will calm down. Hopefully things will calm down, but you just never know. Because we are living in such volatile times right now that I feel like any... I'm sorry, I'm trying not to go... Sorry, that was my microphone that just fell out of my pocket. But I'm trying to stay in frame while I'm applying my makeup, because I had to do a very weird kind of setup with the mirror. But anyway, as I was saying... What was I saying? Oh yeah, volatile times, right. Yeah, these are some really, really unpredictable times right now that we're in. And I feel like it's kind of testing a lot of people as well. You know, everyone's kind of nerves and resilience and faith and everything is being tested so heavily right now. How do you manage in times like these when just nothing is certain? And I mean, not that the future has ever been certain, but I just feel like right now it's like almost impossible to make any kind of plans for the future. I think the match is actually pretty good, I have to say. Hang on. Is it? Yeah. Yeah, I mean, my face is maybe a tad darker than my body, but it's nothing too bad. Yeah, and actually, like, texture-wise, I really like this combo. I feel like it's making my skin really nice. And I do have to say, now that, like, I've never had such a period in my life, ever since I started wearing makeup in the first place, I've never had such a long period in my life where I just don't really wear makeup, like, at all. Even when I, like, even in the past when I didn't feel like doing a full face and I didn't really feel like making myself all made up, then I'd still put on like foundation and concealer and some powder and stuff like that, just to kind of even out my skin tone. Even if it looked a bit weird and probably a bit ghost-like, because it just kind of loses all kind of structure from your face. It just kind of, you know, well, you know what foundation does. I still did it because I felt like it looked better than my skin without anything. So what am I going to use? I'm going to use the Tarte Shape Tape, of course. So this is kind of like the first time for me in my life, as I said, since I started wearing makeup, which was like in my kind of early teens, like 13, I think I was 13, 14, something like that. It's like the first time where I'm just kind of really okay with letting my skin be what it is, without feeling like super self-conscious about it, without feeling like, oh my God, I can't go to the grocery store because maybe someone will see me, or maybe people will look and stare and, you know, think like, oh my goodness, look at her skin, or something like that. And the weird thing is, my skin has never been like bad, like never. I've been really, really lucky in the sense that I've never had acne, I've never had any kind of major textural issues, anything like that. Not even like major discoloration, besides the fact that my under eyes are really, really dark. But that's just because the skin underneath my eyes, it's the same with my hands. Like my hands are super veiny because the skin is so thin that it's just, you know, they kind of seep through. But yeah, I've never had it bad, and still I was so incredibly self-conscious about my skin that I would not go anywhere without makeup. And yeah, it's crazy. It's so bizarre how, like, for the first time in my life, I don't actually feel like I need to do something to my face, because otherwise I just can't possibly go out in front of other people. It used to be that bad that even if I had to, like if I just didn't have the time, or I for whatever reason I wasn't able to put makeup on, I would literally like hide my face. I would look down. I wouldn't, you know, make eye contact with anyone, just in case people looked at me and, you know, thought that, oh my God, she looks hideous. And I don't know, honestly, I don't know why I felt that way, because no one had ever made me feel that way. Oh, okay, actually one time. Now that I think about it, I'm sorry that I'm going back on, like, I don't know, years and years and years and going down this memory lane. I don't even know whether you're interested in that. Probably not, but I'm going to tell you anyway. So there was this one time, and I think I was in high school. Yeah, I think it was like the 10th grade. It's kind of like, depending on where you are, school systems are kind of different in different countries. But I know that if you're like from the States, or I think it's the same in the UK as well. Well, we have like 12 grades, and like from grades 10 to 12, that's like the high school part. So anyway, I was in high school, I was in the 10th grade, and I was kind of new to my school as well, because I changed schools after the 9th grade. I went to a different school, and yeah, it was not the easiest time, let me tell you. And the 10th grade was horrible. It was really, really bad. What am I, brows, sorry, I'm just so distracted. So anyway, yeah, whole new school, a lot of new people, and it was just, and I'm the kind of person who, like, when, like, I'm kind of confident, and especially now, I mean, it's gotten a lot better, but especially when I was like younger, when I was in like a whole new group of people. Well, actually, I'm kind of still the same. I'm sorry, I'm going so many different places. But yeah, anyway, so if I'm in a completely new setting and I don't really know anyone from that group of people, I'm never the kind of person who would just like kind of take center stage and like draw a lot of attention to myself. I'm like the kind of person who is just really quiet, observing everyone, kind of trying to get a sense of like what everyone is like, and who's the more dominant one, who's the more submissive one. And submissive sounds so bad, but you know what I mean, like who's the more quiet one, who's the kind of the natural leader, and who's the one that everyone follows, and who's the attention seeking one, and who's like the funny one, and I'm just kind of trying to like map the whole place out. And only then, when I kind of feel like, okay, that person is kind of like that, that person is kind of like that, so I know where I fit in the whole scene, only then will I actually start kind of, oh my goodness, talking so much and my voice just keeps going away. Only then will I actually start kind of letting people know about my presence, you know? I'm not the most kind of showy and confident and vocal in like new groups. So I was very shy in 10th grade. It wasn't the easiest time. And then I remember it was like we were going on like this excursion with the whole class, and I can't remember, like I think it was at the end of the 10th grade or something like that. And yeah, we were supposed to like go to, well, I can't remember what place it was exactly, but we went somewhere like to the countryside, and we were like walking around a lot. We weren't exactly hiking, I think. I don't remember hiking, but in the countryside, kind of in a remote little place, like a guest house. I can't remember what it was. Anyway, so one day, as we were walking, maybe it was a trek or something, where we were walking in the woods, and the whole lot of us. And I remember, like, I just didn't feel like putting on makeup, or it was like, or whether we had to get up so early that I was just so tired and I didn't have time, or I can't remember what it was. But I just felt like, oh, you know, like, never mind, like, I don't care. I'm just not going to put anything on, no matter what anyone says. Just because I didn't feel like I really fit in anyway. Like, to begin with, I didn't really, I only had like one friend. I only had this one girl who was new as well. And like, we kind of just stuck together because everyone else were just kind of like doing their own thing. And we didn't really feel like we fit in or like we belonged. So we were just the two of us. So we had two, what do you call them? They weren't like, well, they were teachers as well, but they were like kind of like our mentors. I don't know. Honestly, I cannot think of the right word to use for them. But they were like the heads of our class for that year. And so there was a man and there was a woman. And the woman, I remember, she turned to me, and she was so sweet, and she was very, very kind, and she didn't mean it in a bad way. But she looked at me and she asked me, "Oh my God, Helen, are you okay? You look kind of sick." And I was like, "No, I'm fine. I'm just not wearing any makeup." And every single one, like, oh, if you can hear it, it's the rain outside. It's kind of really loud. And everyone turned and looked at me. Every single person in our class looked at me, and everyone was like, "Oh yeah, she looks kind of sick." And oh my God, yeah, it's just like, and I remember I was just like, I felt even worse about myself. I was like, okay, great. So when I'm not wearing makeup, I look like I'm ill. Thanks for that, you know? And they were probably right. Like, I did. Because my skin was so used to makeup that it just, you know, it didn't look the best. Plus, I wasn't really taking care of my skin either. I didn't know anything about skincare. I maybe used moisturizer, but I don't really think I did. So yeah, my skin was not in the best condition. So they were probably right in saying that I didn't look the healthiest. So yeah, that kind of added some extra fuel to my belief that I need to wear makeup, because otherwise it's just like, you know, people are going to be scared to death when they see me. I don't like doing my brows, you guys know that, so I'm going to try and do the other one quickly off camera, because I can already see that I'm talking so much again and it's taking me ages, so I need to speed this up. I'm just never happy about my brows, honestly. Like, whatever I do, I just cannot get them to look the way that I want them to. They are the bane of my existence. Oh, what should I do now? Yeah, okay, so I think I should actually set my under eyes with my trusty Too Faced Born This Way Ethereal Setting Powder. By the way, this actually reminds me, do you have any kind of products that you absolutely love? Like the formula and everything, the color, the texture, the way that it's on your skin, all of that is so amazing, but that you have issues with the brand that actually makes the product. Do you have that? Because I kind of have that with Too Faced, and like I've heard so much, like I don't like the whole drama thing, and I try to stay away from it as much as I possibly can. But I have heard some things about, like, so to say, ethics, which they seem to be lacking quite a bit. And just, you know, the way that they do things in their company, and like they've been in so many like scandals and just really, really unpleasant situations that I don't like the brand, and I don't really want to support them because I like the way that I see things, and like my beliefs and values and everything don't really seem to line up with the way that this brand does things. But I'm also like kind of stuck because this is the best under eye loose powder that I have ever seen and used. Like nothing really compares. So I don't know what to do. Thankfully, like I don't even remember when I bought this, but it was a while ago. I've had this for a long time, and I'm still like, I'm maybe like halfway through. And you guys have seen me, like you've seen how much I use this powder. Like this is my go-to loose powder. So thankfully I don't have to think about like buying a new one anytime soon. But yeah, it's something that I've been thinking about, and I wanted to know whether you have any products where you face the same issues. That'd be really interesting. Okay, I'm going to finish up the lower lash line, taking the shade Burnt Orange again, and then going over top with Sienna and Mulberry, all the 3 shades that we used on the top lid. You guys know how this thing goes, so nothing new there. Oh, and I actually also wanted to ask about brows. Do you guys know, like if anyone who's watching, if anyone faces the same problem that I do, which is that the hairs of my brows are so long and they are kind of heavy. It's the same thing with my actual hair. Like my hair is so heavy and my eyebrows are so heavy, like the actual eyebrow hairs are so heavy that they just won't stay put. They won't be shaped in the way that I want them. Even if I do like soap brows, even if I put hairspray on my eyebrows, it doesn't work. Nothing works. Nothing keeps them in place. And I'm not really looking to like spend 50 euros on like a Givenchy brow gel that I've heard some people like rave about and say that it's really, really good. So if you guys have the same issue, and if you've somehow managed to solve that issue and to actually make your eyebrows stay in place, please let me know what do you do, because I really, really, really want to know. I'm so sick and tired of my brows just looking like, I don't know what, like they just won't obey. They just will not obey and be the way that I want them to be. If anyone has any suggestions, I would gladly hear them. Is it the most perfect smoky eye I've ever done? No. Do I mind? Do I actually care? No. So this is where we're going to leave it. Okay, let's see, we should use some highlights. I'm going to use BECCA's Opal because normally this is just ridiculously dark for me when I'm my usual pale self. But at the moment, I think I should be able to pull it off because, as I already boasted, I'm wearing self-tan. So let's see. Yeah, oh my god. I love it when I can wear foundations and other products that normally wouldn't suit me, but that I can actually use when I'm... See, my brow is already moving. Oh my god. I think I wanted to say something and then I just kind of completely went off on a tangent and I didn't even want to tell you what I wanted to tell you. It was like before I started talking about my whole experience in 10th grade and, you know, with the teachers and all that. So yeah, what I actually wanted to say is that now where I haven't really been wearing that much makeup, my skin has been, it's just gotten so good. It's gotten really, really good. And the thing is, like, so that's something I just don't understand, and something that I will never understand. Like, when I look at all these huge beauty gurus and influencers, like, you know, Kathleen Lights and Jamie Genevieve and Tarte Westbrook and all of those, like, their skin is amazing. Like, even when they show it up close, you can see that their skin is absolutely flawless, like flawless. And I'm just thinking, like, how? Because they probably wear more makeup than I do. I'm just like, if I compare them to myself, they probably wear more makeup than I do. I mean, like, not more in like a quantity, but more in the sense that more often, you know. And yet their skin is so incredible. And I'm like, I take care of my skin. I have a whole skincare regime. I look after my skin. I do a double cleanse. I exfoliate. I do masks every now and again, but I do them. I use serums. I use creams. I use oils. I use it all. Like, I do it all. And still, I have like texture, I have an odd breakout here or there, I have redness, I have like these dry patches, I have uneven skin tone, and I don't understand. I don't understand how is it possible. And I don't eat like rubbish. I very, very closely, okay, that's an exaggeration, but I don't eat like, I don't eat like fast food. I don't eat like burgers and stuff like that. I try and eat as healthy as I possibly can. I don't eat a lot of sweets. Like, I look after myself, and I drink lots of water. So I'm not too sure what it is. Maybe it's just pure genetics. Like, maybe they just have really good genes. But it's just something that I wonder. It's just something that I just don't know how they do it. Don't know. Oh my god, sorry, I didn't even tell you. I was using the butter bronzer, Physicians Formula butter bronzer in the shade Deep Bronze, or Deep Bronzer, I think. It's my favorite, you guys know. And now I'm of course using my Givenchy Healthy Glow powder, another favorite. Even though I probably don't need too much of it, but I'm going to kind of go over my cheeks anyway because I love this stuff. Going to curl my lashes and apply some L'Oreal waterproof Paradise Extatic waterproof mascara. So yeah, okay, the last thing that I actually wanted to tell you guys is for my other book friends who are watching, who you like to read as well. I have literally not even had the time to read anything for a while. And I mean, like, when I say for a while, I mean like the past, maybe like the past month or a couple of weeks at least. I love reading so much. But when you just don't have the time, it's like, it's frustrating. And I have, I think, like four, maybe 5 books waiting for me. Just waiting for me to pick them up and start reading. Oh, actually, I do have something to share in the realm of books. I don't know whether I told you. I don't think I've actually told you about her, but I kind of found this new author, and she has literally become like my favorite. And I have like 3. Yeah, I think I have 3 of her books waiting on my shelf right now. She's V.E. Schwab. I don't know if I'm actually pronouncing her name right, but yeah, her name is Schwab. So, and she's like, she does this, well, fiction. She writes fiction. And it's so interesting. Like, I love the way that she writes her her style of writing is just so easy to read, and the way that she like describes things, it's painting such a vivid picture, and the character developments and all that, it's just I am just completely in awe. So yeah, I'm very much looking forward to actually having the time to start reading her other books. I'm planning on like reading all of her series because she's an amazing author. If you have never read anything from her and you are interested in like this made up world and like the magical world and all that kind of stuff, I read, well, it's actually a collection, The Dark Vault. So I think I mentioned that, I'm pretty sure I did actually. I read The Dark Vault and I finished it in like 2 days or something, even though it's like made up of 2 books. The Archive was the first one and the other one was, can't remember. Can't remember, it was a while ago now. It was quite a while ago that I actually finished reading those books. But yeah, I loved them. I'm going to apply the red cherry eyelashes. These are the style Au Naturel, because these are the only like long strip lashes that I can wear without having my eyes fall off. But yeah, if you have read anything good lately, if you have any great book suggestions, then let me know. Let me know. I'm always open to new book recommendations. I have to do this one trick that's not really like the best trick to do, but if you are kind of desperate, then just do what I do and take a black liquid liner and brush over the top of the lash, and so this way you can kind of make it look a bit newer than they actually are. Okay, let's try this again. Add a bit more glue. Okay, and what? Yeah, I haven't really felt like doing my lower lash line in mascara lately. I just haven't felt like doing it. So I don't think I'm going to do it. I'm not going to do it. Instead, I'm going to go and find a lipstick and then we can close this video out. I decided to take the easy way out and go with the Balm's Meat Matte Hues in the shade Honest. I love it. I love this one. And I feel like it just does something. It just adds something extra to the look. It's not exactly red and it's not pink either. I think we're done. I think we are done with our little makeup look today. Well, that was fun. So anyway, I really enjoyed getting ready together with you guys. I really appreciate if you still decide to follow me and stick by me, even though I'm kind of venturing off in a new direction and yeah, being more active in another place. But if you are still here and if you're still watching my videos and hanging out with me and waiting for my tutorials and videos and all that, then honestly, I really appreciate it. And I thank you from the bottom of my heart for you know, being here. And yeah, this was fun. I hope you liked it as well. I know it was a lot of random rambles, but at least I hope it was better than complete silence. I hope that's the case. But anyway, okay, I'm going to, is the lipstick on my teeth? I hope not. Anyway, I should go, and my stomach is rumbling like crazy. I should really eat. I haven't had breakfast yet, so anyway, I'm going to go. But thank you so much for hanging out with me, and for listening to my rambles, and for watching me get ready, and hopefully maybe you getting ready with me. That'd be super cool. So that's that for this time, but I will see you guys again. I'm not exactly sure when, but I will definitely. That's it. So please take care of yourselves and your loved ones as well, and I will hopefully see you very, very soon. Take care. Bye bye.